Hello, I'm Dr. Jessica Eccles. I'm a consultant psychiatrist and a reader and associate professor in brain body medicine at Brighton and Sussex Medical School.
Hi, my name is Dr. Lisa Quat. I am a principal research fellow at the Department of Clinical Neuroscience at the Brighton and Sussex Medical School.
So we want to introduce you to this exciting paper that is just published, and it's about the link between hypermobility, which is something that Lisa and I have been studying for a number of years. So that's having unusually flexible joints, but is actually a red herring for differences in the body. So the link between hypermobility, neurodivergence, so having autistic or ADHD characteristics, and the presence of a diagnosis like fibromyalgia or ME/CFS. So that's the sort of background. We have been researching hypermobility and fibromyalgia and ME/CFS, and we have all sorts of interesting things about inflammation and the autonomic nervous system and gene expression, some of which are published, some of which we are due to publish. But Lisa decided to take this project forward and try and combine looking at all three.
Yeah, so what we did is we compared adults with chronic pain and fatigue to a group of adults who did not have any major health problems. And we asked all of those participants to fill out validated screening tools for autism, ADHD, and hypermobility. And then we compared how many people in each group met these initial screening criteria. So I think one important thing to consider is that just because people screen positive on these tools does not mean that everyone will get a diagnosis or have a diagnosis. And what we found is that people with chronic pain and chronic fatigue conditions were 14 times more likely to meet criteria for autism and 13 times more likely to meet criteria for ADHD than those without any major health problems. And what we also discovered is that joint hypermobility is a very important factor, important biological factor in this relationship. So from previous research, we know that neurodivergent people are more likely to have joint hypermobility, and this can cause all sorts of chronic health problems, and it might also play a role in having chronic pain or chronic fatigue.
So this is really important because this is the first paper to bring all of these things together. Hypermobility, neurodivergence, and chronic pain and fatigue. And what it does is it sets us up for a biological model in which we can consider how the brain and body interact in terms of conditions that are frequently poorly understood. So hypermobility, often poorly understood. Neurodivergence, very hard to get an assessment, often poorly understood. ME/CFS, fibromyalgia, poorly understood, hard to get an assessment. And what we're trying to do is bring everything together so that we can work out what sort of interventions and support can be tailored for the right people at the right time.
Our results point to a very clear need for routine screening for autism and ADHD and joint hypermobility in services that deal with chronic pain and fatigue, and the other way around. And hopefully in the future, this could lead to earlier identification, better tailored treatments, and more integrated care, and hopefully ultimately improve quality of life for people with these complex and overlapping health needs.
Exactly, and I think it really leads on from the work that we've been doing about joint hypermobility and propensity to long COVID. And I think bringing all of this together with all of the biological research that's happening in the long COVID space could really unlock some doors and keys to the future. So please follow us at BSMS to find out more and look out for more exciting papers coming out shortly. Thank you very much.